getting straight into it, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning off my skin with some alcohol. Just make sure we have a fresh and clean surface before installing this wig. And installing this wig, we're just going to be using some Ebon Wonder lace spray. So as you guys can see, I'm just spraying that around my hairline. Then I'm going to blow dry this into place. My bald cap actually started to lift up a bit, so I'm just pulling that down so it's not lifting anymore and everything can get dried down and tacky. So as you guys can see, it's kind of far on my head. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to get that far down, but we're gonna roll with it. I did do 3 layers of this. Once the 3rd layer is dried down, we're going to go ahead and pull this wig down forward and into the product. And then I'm just going to press it in to the lace as well. Now I'm going to add on the elastic band, and we're going to leave that on for about 15 minutes. I want to make sure to tie it really tight to make sure everything is melted down. And like, I'm on Pinterest, y'all, trying to find some baby hair inspo, and I see me, period. But let me show y'all, these are the baby hair inspo that we're going for today. So yeah, now that the band is off, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting off this lace. I'm making sure to cut the lace in a zigzag motion so that the wig doesn't look too wiggy. So I'm cutting right where the hairline is, and we're going to tweak it later on because I know it looks kind of crazy, like really close down on my forehead, but trust the process. It's one of those installs, we're trusting the process.
Shining pearly, city boys that she fine and pretty, and the country boys that she fine and pretty. My pockets think it's green as curry, and the ladies know as soon as they see my jewelry. If being fresh to death is a crime, I think it's time for me to see the jury. Like me is hard to find. I ain't really impressed. That's unless it's about some dollars. I really don't need to call you fine. Know you be hearing that all the time. Watching you do your step, yep, it's going down.
I'm going in and remelting this lace using that same Ebon Wonder lace spray, and I'm just going to remelt and lay down the sides especially, and I'm using the back, not the back side, but the inside of this edge brush to hold everything down. And then I'm going to take my Ruby Kisses cream foundation again and tap that over the lace. To melt it even further, I'm going to take some Ebon Wonder lace spray, but this is the spritz version. The bottle always breaks for some reason, like I don't know. This is not a good quality like product construction because it always breaks. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that over top of the lace. I'm going to go ahead and start plucking some of the hairline a little bit because it was a little, it just didn't look as great, so I wanted to make that look as best as it could. And now we're going to go ahead and start these baby hairs. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them down, and I'm trying to set them up in a way that I would already melt them so I can see what they would look like. And yeah, I'm just pulling them out. Y'all can see that I clearly over plucked. Now this wig did come pre-plucked, but I didn't want to pluck it some more, and I got a little carried away. So yeah, we just finessed as best as we could. So I'm going to curl the baby hairs under just so that we can have a nice fluff before curling and laying down these baby hairs. For the baby hairs in the front, I'm going to actually curl them upward, which I kind of regret. This is how I used to curl my baby hairs all the time, but I started to curl them under, and I wish I would have did that because it probably would have laid a lot better the way that I wanted them to melt down. But yeah, I took some Nairobi holding foam, and I'm just taking my edge brush and I'm swooping these hairs into one to make a baby hair. And I'm just going to do this until I like the outcome. It looked a little spacey, so now I'm going to add some more hairs, curl them too, and make that into a baby hair. I'm making sure to blow dry everything as well to make sure it is molded down and not moving any at all. So now I'm going to take my hot comb and push back my hairline just so everything can look seamless. Baby hairs look really good now. You can barely tell that I over plucked the hairline. Going in to pluck this hairline a little bit, just because I didn't pluck it when I was plucking the rest of this hairline. In the front, I like to keep it unplugged, but it was looking a little unbalanced compared to the rest. So I went ahead and did some plucking there, and I'm just going to go in and do a couple sections of hot combing to make sure that this hair lays down nice and flat. And no humps, no bumps, none of that. I am going to take my Care wax stick when doing this as well. And yeah, I'm going to do this until I get to the top. I'm going to start doing the same thing on the other side. Same process, just using my wax stick and then using my hot comb to melt everything down and get it flat. You guys can see now that everything is flat and looking really seamless. I loved how flat, okay, it was looking. But now I'm going to go ahead and start doing this braid. I wanted to do a style with this wig just because I was in a mood to do that. And really, I didn't have any nails on. So I'm like, this is perfect because usually I cannot braid with nails. So I'm like, this is perfect. So yeah, I'm just going in and I'm taking 3 strands. Y'all know how to do simple braids, and if you don't, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty simple. But yeah, I'm just going to braid until I get to the middle of my head, and I'm going to just bobby pin everything into place. I did take a good amount of bobby pins just to make sure it really does stay intact and in place, but it was looking really cute. I'm like, okay, period. Like the curls was hitting. And this is me here just applying more baby hairs into the braid. And then I'm going to hot comb this section right here and on the top just so everything can look more seamless and even more flat. So I am going to stretch out the braid and make it a butterfly braid, but that's going to be after this. So I'm going to wet this hair completely. I'm using a mix of conditioner and water, and then I'm going to take some lot of body holding foam and put that all throughout the hair. I did take a lot of foam, by the way, because I wanted these curls to be really yummy and, you know, just super soft, super pretty, super defined. I'm going to take this defining curling brush and then scrunch all the hair in together. Now that the curls are all done, I'm going to go ahead and start separating this braid to make it a butterfly braid. So I'm just tightly pulling each part of the braid until it is as separated and fluffy as I want it to be. To top everything off, I'm going to take some bio silk and just put that all throughout the hair to make sure everything looks really silky and shiny and just well put together. I usually will take my other concealer that I can just apply directly to my head, but I did not know where it was. So I went ahead and just took my Reeb Kisses Cream Foundation and this comb, and I'm just going to use that to pick up the product and put it on the part to define it even more. Then I'm going to add some oil sheen all over just to add on to that shine. And also this smells really good. Like it's some coconut oil sheen. So yeah, I'm just putting this all throughout the hair. I was a little heavy handed, but this is the finished product. As you guys can see, the baby hairs turned out pretty decent. This is the hair, 250% density of water wave. It dried down beautifully. And yeah, this is a great wig to use for styling because it has 13x6 parting and it is pretty affordable. Like I said, 250% density, so that's a lot of hair we are working with. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check the description box for more information on this hair, and I will see you guys in my next one.